Since I'm a science teacher, one thing that I teach my students about is symbiosis. Symbiosis deals with the relationships between organisms. The type of relationship that I like to foster in my class is mutualism, or mutualistic relationship, which means both organisms benefit from the exchange. Automatically, this whole hair video is going to cause some people to be like, oh, where's that? That's weird. But again, it's very telling of your own state of mind. For you to watch a video like that, literally had the camera set up, protect myself, protect my students, y'all can see there's nothing suggestive going on. It's like family, it's like community, as people were saying in the chat. This is simply a wholesome, innocent, community-oriented activity. As people mentioned, hair is very important in Black culture. We connect and we bond through our hair.
Sheldon, little bootleg ass studio.
I was down on my looking to hit me a lick, ready to get into some since I was legit. I had big dreams of getting rich. Now we leveling up in this. Take a look at my kicks. You know we stepping on toughest nigga. First one to get hit, don't make me send a blitz. My head is itching for it. Hollow to spit like a list, but wait. Whoa.
Now what's the motherfucking deal? Welcome back to Sheldon's bootleg ass studio, where we come to kick it, vibe out, and shoot the shit with Sheldon, man. I really do appreciate each and every last one of y'all for pulling up. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's go and get up into this video today. Now, floating around on the internet, man, and I was intending to touch on this video a few days ago, but I'm just now getting to it, is a teacher allowing his female students to do or undo his braids.
Let's go ahead and stir the pot a little, shall we? Last Friday, 10 minutes before dismissal time, I decided to live stream my students helping me take my hair out. There was quite the discourse in the chat, which had people saying this was inappropriate and other people saying this was completely fine. There was nothing wrong with what I was doing, and people were just making it weird. So of course I had to bring this issue to the big stage. I would like to represent myself in this case, Your Honor, if I may. Number one, for a little context, I had a hair appointment immediately after school, and I needed my hair taken out beforehand. I would have taken it out the night before, but that Friday we had a camera crew coming in to shoot a promotional video, and I was one of the ones being interviewed. So I had to look presentable, so I didn't take my hair out. I didn't have the time to do it all myself because it would have taken me forever. So naturally I asked about 4 or 5 of my over 100 best friends to assist me in taking my hair out, and they all agreed. Number two, this was at the end of class. This week we were doing STEM fair presentations. Since it was Friday and all of my students did an excellent job on their STEM fair projects and presentations, I told them if we get one solid presentation in this class, I'll end class a little early and they can have fun and play basketball, darts, or be on their phones or whatever. And during that time, my team would help me take my hair out. A couple of these were students from my class, but others were students from other classes. I wrote all of them a pass at the beginning of the class period, requesting their assistance 10 minutes before dismissal. I told the teachers only send them if all of their work was completed and they had good behavior. They all met the criteria, so 10 minutes before dismissal, they showed up for their job. My next point I'd like to make is, if I was a female teacher, those people wouldn't be in the comments saying, oh, this is weird, this is inappropriate. Because me personally, I don't think there's anything weird about this. People are saying, oh, that's too intimate. To me, it's literally just hair. It doesn't have to be weird. Some people have never had cool teachers, and it shows. I personally believe that building authentic relationships with students is paramount in being an effective teacher. I make sure my students know and can feel that I care about them beyond the schoolwork and all the stuff that I have to make them do. I take the time to get to know my students outside of academics, because caring for the whole child is what's important. Some of these students have been with me since I was a substitute 4 years ago. They see me as a big brother or a father figure, as some of them say. And me, I don't want kids of my own, so all of these kids are literally my children. And in case you're wondering about their parents, most of them follow me on social media and always talk about my videos with their kids. They always tell me that they're so grateful that their kids have someone like me in their life. In my admin, they're well aware of my social media presence and they love my videos. To me, this is just another wholesome moment that I'm having with my kids that I was fortunate enough to catch on film. Since I'm a science teacher, one thing that I teach my students about is symbiosis. Symbiosis deals with the relationships between organisms. The type of relationship that I like to foster in my class is mutualism, or mutualistic relationship, which means both organisms benefit from the exchange. So when my students have good behavior, complete all their assignments, and do everything that a scholar is supposed to do, I reward them with downtime and just time to just be a kid, be on their phones, play games, gossip, so on and so forth. My students and I work hard and we play harder. I'm fortunate enough to have students that feel safe and comfortable around me, safe to come to me with their problems, their frustrations. They come to me seeking guidance and wisdom, or come to me simply to chill and hang out because they know that they have a safe space to be themselves around me. What I strive to do as an educator is be the teacher I wish I had grown up. I strive to be the teacher that makes my inner child happy, someone that my inner child will be proud of. I want to be the teacher that my students reflect back on 20, 30 years down the line and think like, dang, that teacher I had in middle school, he was the shit. No further questions, Your Honor. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. You think this was inappropriate or people are making something out of nothing? And although you are entitled to your opinion, all I ask is that you be respectful. Thank you.
Now, I find this very disturbing, and I'm gonna go ahead and be straight up with you. I don't care what you got to say about it. This is very disturbing. This is a professional teacher. He should already come to school with his hair done. This is not the time to have anybody playing in your hair or doing your hair or whatever the situation may be. This is a time for you to teach students what they're supposed to be taught. Education, decorum. You're supposed to have some type of leverage over these students to where they are not even comfortable with putting their hands in your head. And I see a lot of sick folk online trying to make this not what it is. I don't care how harmless it is or what his intent was. The optics of it is not right. I'm a father to 2 daughters and 1 child on the way at the time of this recording. We don't know the gender. But I'd be damned if I let my 14, 15, 16-year-old daughter, whatever, or any age, play in the man's hair, undo his hair. Now, if this was if this was cosmetology, then I digress, okay? If this was cosmetology, I digress. Does that make sense to you guys? Because that is an elective and that is him teaching them a task. Now, if he paid them for their services, then we really have a gray area. But at the same time, this is not the setting for this. You do not come to school half dressed, half cocked. You see what I'm saying? This ain't the time for that. I don't care if it was male or female. This is not right. Now, we have one user who wrote, y'all over-sexualize stuff. PORN done ruined some of y'all. It's nothing wrong with them taking down his hair. I grew up in a household with 2 parents. My biological mother, my biological father, who are still married to this day. They've been married for how old am I? I'm 32. My older sister, she's 34? So they've been married for 35 years. So some of my logic and beliefs may not align with some of your logic and beliefs because, like I said, I was brought up differently than you was. But that doesn't mean that some people out here who was not brought up in a 2-parent household don't have a good upbringing or don't see this situation to be inappropriate. You see what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people who are out there who just got good sense, regardless of how they was brought up. But growing up in a functioning environment really does help in most cases. It really does help how you turn out to be. And again, I know some people who grew up in a 2-parent household who didn't turn out very well. So let's not get that misunderstood as well. And I gotta say that for those who out there that want to contest every fucking thing. You know, it's people out here in 2-parent households who ain't shit either. All right, yeah, whatever. But you know, you get what the hell I'm saying. Go on with the bullshit, man. So I was brought up different than a whole lot of you people who out here who didn't have a 2-parent household. And let's just be straight up and down with it. So a lot of y'all don't see things clearly, to be honest with you. Y'all see things fucked up. A lot of y'all don't even have respect for a masculine male because you've never seen what a masculine male is. Y'all call it toxic masculinity for some reason when a man is just being a man. And I ain't talking about no weird shit. I'm talking about a man being a man, voicing his opinion or whatever the situation is. Y'all call it toxic masculinity. Nah, man. Some of y'all mothers have never coexisted with a masculine man. They have had different men coming in and out of your lives. So you people who think like, this is not that big of a deal, I'm not even trying to change your mind about nothing, because let this situation expand into something else. I know y'all all heard the saying, a shoulder to cry on can turn into a to ride on. Let's not act like we don't know these things. Let's not act like innocent situations sometimes don't lead into inappropriate things or whatever. Let's not act like that. You feel me? This is opening up the door for some other shit. Well, now, I'm a guy with dreads. I've had plenty of women wanting to place their hands in my head. And as a engaged man, I be down. If I'm not going to get my hair retwisted, what are you trying to play in my hair for? What are you trying to do? Now, a lot of these girls may have a crush on him. Just because it hasn't gone to a conversation yet with them does not mean that doesn't exist. Because I'm a man, 32 years old, who had plenty of crushes on some of my teachers. I can name them right now, but I'll be down because some of them follow me on Facebook. I remember my third grade teacher. She was fine as hell. Today, she's fine as hell. Do you hear what I'm telling you? I was in the third grade crushing on my teacher. If she had allowed us to play in her hair, that would have just been right up my alley. As a little kid, I'm thinking like this, not seeing any harm in it because I'm a child. But as I grow older, I could see that doing things like that is just not acceptable. Man, I see a lot of people up here are messed up. Then they say, y'all more mad at this than why y'all kids not reading in grade level. Move. I would be mad. I would be way more mad at my child being physical with a teacher. Yes. I don't give a damn what level they reading on. I don't give a damn how dumb they is. You getting physical with my child? That's far beyond education. Some of y'all just don't think shit through and y'all say some of the dumbest shit. Like, I don't get it, man. I look on the internet, man, and I'm like, where do these people come from? Do these people really exist? Do they really think like this, or are they just trolling? They really think like this. These folk out here really fucked up. He can take his own hair down. It's not hard to take down no braids. It ain't. And he ain't got no micro braids. Y'all remember when micro braids was jumping back in the day for ladies? It took y'all hours, sometimes 2 and 3 days to get y'all hair done. You see what I'm saying? If he was dealing with a situation like that, I could see them helping him, but I would still argue the fact that this ain't the time or the place for it. These kids need to be learning education. Again, unless this is cosmetology. And even still, they need to have some type of mannequin. He shouldn't be the exhibit that they're working on. What's wrong with these people, man? But anyway, the teacher has responded to the backlash. Let's take a listen to what the teacher has to say. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's see what's going down.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start clearing some people. Start off with this gentleman right here. You're letting your daughters play in a grown man's head. God forbid I had kids, but if I had a daughter with a teacher like myself, with a good heart, good spirit, sound mind, no, I would not mind if they took his hair out. That's what little girls like to do. They like to do hair and do nails and makeup. I have 5 little sisters. You bet your I done had a wig on my head before, had a whole lace front. I done got my nails painted, eyebrows done. Bro, this is what they do. As a father, I would even let my daughter do those things. Like if she wanted to paint my nails pink or freaking put a wig on me or do my hair or put makeup on me, I'm going to do every single one of those things. You know why? Because I'm secure in my masculinity. That's one thing that I think is stumping a lot of guys, a lot of grown men today, is they are not secure with themselves and they project their own insecurities onto others. Everything doesn't have to be weird. Even with this question, read this. You letting your daughters play in a grown man's head? Do you see how you're already trying to spin that? That's very telling of what you have going on upstairs. We as a people have to abandon this idea of, sexual intimacy being tied with getting your hair done. People have this view because typically you're intimate in a sexual manner with someone who does your hair. Automatically, this whole hair video is going to cause some people to be like, oh, where's that? That's weird. But again, it's very telling of your own state of mind. For you to watch a video like that, literally had the camera set up, protect myself, protect my students. Y'all can see there's nothing suggestive going on. It's like family, it's like community, as people were saying in the chat. This is simply a wholesome, innocent, community-oriented activity. As people mentioned, hair is very important in Black culture. We connect and we bond through our hair.
This dude, man, he really trying to lay it on thick, ain't he? I mean, come on, bro. Like, first of all, I'm not one of these single mothers out here, bro. You can't run that game on me. You feel me? There's so many single women out here that you can run game on, and the comment section is filled with them. I ain't one of them, bro. See, I was brought up with structure. My mom and my pops, bro. My biological mother, my biological father. And I'm not saying that if you wasn't brought up like me that, you don't have structure, because there are some people with single parents who had structure. You see what I'm saying? But me, I see past the bullshit, bro. Like, you can't run that game. Then he wants to go and attack men's masculinity. How do we get off on that? How do we get off on other men being insecure about their masculinity due to the situation at hand, and you're letting little girls undo your hair in class? This has nothing to do with other men's masculinity and them being secure or insecure, or how secure you are with your masculinity. No, bro, you running game. What you're doing is backpedaling. What you're doing is deflecting. Speak to the situation at hand and stay on the situation at hand. Let's not go into any other situations. Let's not bring any other genders into this. We're not talking about a white lady. We're talking about you, a black male who already has a strike against you because you are black and a man. Let's get that understood. Yeah, we know that it would probably be different if it was a woman. I'm sure there'll still be some backlash, but it wouldn't be to the extent of that it is with you. Bro, I mean, get real. You're really trying to deflect this. This has nothing to do with anybody else. Man, this guy is giving me weird vibes. Like, I'm just not convinced at all. You feel me? And some of y'all are so easily convinced, and it's mostly you women who seem to not have a problem with this. And I'm not saying all women. For the most of the people who don't have a problem with it is women, because y'all are so easily convinced. Y'all are sold a lie and y'all believe it so well. As long as it sounds good to you, you will believe it. Y'all think with your feelings and no logic at all, because this is not appropriate. You open up the door for things and here comes the allegations. Now, I'm not saying that this guy is a creep, is a predator, but he's giving me those vibes. Listen to how he's speaking in the video, all calm and stuff like that, and trying to sound convincing. I'm here for the student. I want to be the whole student. Man, come on.
Since I'm a science teacher, one thing that I teach my students about is symbiosis. Symbiosis deals with the relationships between organisms. The type of relationship that I like to foster in my class is mutualism, or mutualistic relationship, which means both organisms benefit from the exchange.
Quit it with the bullshit. You talking to a grown-ass man with kids, Brody. I ain't one of these women out here who is gawking over you. You know what I'm saying? So many times have I heard female students, when I was a student, speaking about how handsome or how sexy one of the male teachers was. And the same with us boys. When we was boys, we gathered around and we talked about which fine female teacher that we liked and how much we would, man, come on now. He's talking about some of y'all never had cool teachers in his shows. Yeah, bro, you wild in the bitch, because, man, I've had so many cool teachers, so many, and never have I ever placed hands on them in such a way. They've always came to school well prepared, bro. I don't give a damn about how long it would have taken you to take your hair down because you had a hair appointment after, yada yada this and yada yada that. Bro, that sounds like a personal problem. Yeah, a personal problem, bro. We do not take time out of school to do no hair. Nah, people get in trouble for that. When I came up, you got in trouble for that. Nah, I don't give a damn how bad your hair is. You should have came to school ready. Now, if it was a female teacher, yes, it would have been more acceptable. I give you that. But dude, you are a fucking dude. What are you talking about? You need to be setting an example for these ladies, bro. Yeah. I am a man with 2 kids, 2 daughters, bro, and I would be hot. You would be smelling my cologne, bro. If I seen my daughters up in there playing in your head, yeah, you'll be smelling my cologne. It wouldn't be nothing good. Yeah, and I'll be asking for you to be removed. Or I will be removing my student from the school if they don't do something about it, because this right here is very inappropriate. You open up the door for something and it can go the wrong way. Some of y'all don't think shit through. Some of y'all are just surface level thinkers. So up until something happens, then you guys are okay with it. Nah, man, we're not opening up the door to lead any kind of temptation to go any kind of way. Nah, man, y'all wild for that. Y'all wild for that. Okay, one user wrote, cosmetology classes are often taught in public schools. The end. This is after I'm just scrolling, y'all. And then somebody down there say, this isn't that. The end. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Some of y'all just try to bend and twist anything, man. Like, this shit is wrong on all levels. Come to school ready. As a grown man, you're supposed to be setting the example for these children. These children, that's why these kids, man, I be seeing kids go to school in pajamas and shit, like they just rolled up out of bed because they did. I would have never. Man, we wore uniforms in my high school, but we didn't have like certain colors. We could wear any kind of polo top that we wanted. You see what I'm saying? But we did have uniforms. Now, in the grade levels below, from middle school on down, we had to wear, well, they didn't implement uniforms until I got into middle school. But once they implemented that in all of the schools in the district, from middle school on down, had to wear uniforms. And this, and at first I thought this was a bit much. I was against it because, you know, I want to go to school fresh. I want to show off my clothes and shit like that. But as I look back on it, I'm like, man, that's really some good, because it teaches kids structure. Because a lot of these kids didn't have that. And if they didn't have that, they would be coming to school any kind of way. We had dress codes. We had decorum. You had to be presentable. You had to have your shirt tail tucked in. And if you didn't, there was a referral. You had to be written up. I myself has been written up for plenty of times for not having my shirt tail in. Being disobedient. Yeah, that was me. I appreciate those constructive times in school now, because I am an adult male and there are consequences in life if you do not abide by the rules. Had they not put those rules into me earlier, had they not put that discipline in me earlier, I know my parents did already, but school is a total different thing. This is the real world. This is training you up to go into the real world. I probably wouldn't have the discipline that I have today. These kids don't have discipline. You come into school teaching these kids that, hey, it's okay to do X, Y, and Z. They're going to follow suit. Anyway, y'all, I'm sick of this generation. Y'all act like he's sitting between their legs. He is. He may as well be. I have 2 daughters and I would be very upset. Very. Do you hear me? Y'all sick. It's the adults sexualizing a harmless situation that's annoying me. Y'all have to face y'all trauma and stop projecting, says another user. It's not even about the sex, because clearly they are not doing anything sexual. It's about decorum. It's about settings. We are not in the proper setting for this. What kind of teacher is he? And then we got these people out here talking about people projecting their trauma. Oh my gosh, you guys are fucking sick and crazy. Me personally, I have never, ever, ever been touched inappropriately by somebody that I didn't want to touch me. I was never fondled with as a child. I was never molested. I'm not projecting any type of trauma onto anybody. I am a person of decency. You understand me? Which I know is not very common today. I'm someone of structure. You know, the good things are often frowned upon today, and the bad things are often praised. So if you got structure in your life, you probably on the controversial list. You probably a radical, quote unquote. Like that shit, that wild as hell. But nobody is out here projecting nothing, bro. It's inappropriate. You really trying to dress this shit up and make it right. It ain't right, bro. Do that shit on your own time. Get somebody else to do it. That's what you need to do. Get somebody else to do it, G-Money. It ain't flying with me. I ain't one of them you can run that game on, bro. Another user said, this isn't what I send my child to school for. Exactly. At all. There was nowhere in the curriculum. There was nowhere on the agenda saying that, hey, you know, on Thursday, May such and such, you know, we're gonna have the females of the class helping take down some hair. Where the little gay boys at? Where the little gay boys at? Why you ain't got the little gay boys in your head? I still would be against that. Another user wrote said, I don't think it's about being sexualized. Unprofessional is unprofessional and inappropriate is inappropriate. And it's not inappropriate in a sexual way. To me, it's just inappropriate. Shout out to this user right here, man. Some people still got common sense out here, man. And he said it himself. He don't have kids. So he can't see past his eyesight right now. That's it. He can't see past his own BS. He don't have kids. I got kids. I'm a father. I am a involved father, very involved. I'd be damned if I allow my kids to do this. Nah, this is unacceptable. Nah, G-Money. Let's not do that, man. Let's not normalize this behavior right here. Let's make kids fall in line. Let's make kids follow the rules. Come to school ready, prepared, dressed, fully dressed, and let's get to work. The future leaders of tomorrow, America is going to shit, man. We really going to shit. Yeah, so in other words, y'all telling us that, you know, we have to get down on these kids' level in order for them to respect us, in order for them to follow and listen to us. We have to do certain things inappropriately to get them. Nah, man, hell no. Y'all so fucked up, man. Y'all really fucked up, bro. This ain't the time. This ain't the place. Point blank, period. If that's the case, call the parents of these students, ask for permission. If you so cool, I have no problem with you being a cool teacher. I have no problem with the kids loving you. That's awesome. Good shit to you. Kudos to you, my bro. Good shit. But now you've opened up a door to where people are gonna accuse you of things, bro. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. Because you took this too far, bro. You took this too far, bro. I don't care. And it's not about sexualizing nothing. But at the end of the day, yes, it is. Because these teachers are having sex with kids. Are y'all missing that? Yeah, I know majority of them are women. But there are a percentage of males out here doing the same thing. There is a thing called grooming. And they literally grooming his ass. The student's literally grooming him. But it's reverse grooming. You see what I'm saying? Man, y'all so sick as hell for letting y'all kids be okay with this. Hold on. Another user wrote, this is my daughter's teacher. He is the most loved teacher at the school. Don't over-sexualize or overthinking this video. He isn't anything wrong. I'm reading how she wrote it. I know for a fact is this was a female teacher, I know for a fact I guess she meant if. But I'm going to read it like she wrote it. I know for a fact this was a female teacher, nobody would be saying anything. He is a great teacher and actually love those students. He is a passionate teacher. Of course, if it was a female teacher, it would probably receive some kind of backlash as well, but it probably wouldn't be to this extent. Bro, this is a man, and he need to be setting boundaries. And he loves those students. He's passionate. Okay, now, if he get the loving and being very passionate with your daughter, then I don't want to hear no crying. I don't want to hear no crying. You understand me? Another user wrote, he not about to spin this and act like you have to be unprofessional and inappropriate to build relationships because you don't. That's bull. Real talk. I've had plenty of teachers who I built relationships with in no weird ass way, and they resonated with me to this day, even though we're not in contact. Sometimes I think back to some of the shit that they have taught me in certain situations in life. They didn't have to be any kind of way of inappropriate with me in order for that to happen. In order for me to gain respect for them. Nah, bro. That's not what's going down. And another rule, and here's a young lady who said, people are falling for it and it's sad. It's great. It's refreshing to see young women thinking like this. Because we so often allow these kids to do a whole lot. And then when something happens, we want to cry foul. Well, if you would set up boundaries and lay out standards, some of this shit wouldn't happen with these kids. Yeah, this nigga said, God forbid I had kids. So why don't you want kids? But you're teaching them. I don't know, man. The logic just ain't logicking to me, man. It sounds buffoonish. What are you saying, bro? God forbid I had kids. Why? Because you know what's in your mind about what you want to do? Is that what it is? That don't sound right to me, bro. That don't sound right. Then you talking about little girls like to play in hair. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. We want to continue to let them do what it is that they like to do so that way they can find some type of craft out here and make them some money. They don't always have to, go to work for somebody else. But this ain't the time nor the place. You let your sisters paint your nails and do your face and do your hair with a lace wig. I ain't upset at that. If you did that at home and you was playing with your sisters, I ain't upset at that. But this is not home, G Money. This is a professional world, bro. Like you man. He really trying to justify the bullshit, and it really just ain't given to me, man. It really ain't. Some of y'all buying it. Some of y'all out here really buying this bullshit. I ain't one of them, man. I'm a stand-up guy. What's right is right. We ain't about to create any gray areas for students and teachers. No gray areas. It's black and motherfornicating white. All right? Yeah, you can be cool. You can be the hip teacher and all of that. But they are literally physically touching you. I can't get physical with no student. We not doing that. That's very inappropriate. Yeah, man. Call it what you want. But this is inappropriate. Okay, now, one thing I want to speak to about him recording it, though. Okay, so if he's going to go ahead and allow these students to play in his head, because that's what they doing. They playing in his head. I don't care about what they doing. They playing in this man's head. But if he gonna go ahead and let them do that, him recording it, that was a smart move on his behalf, because, I mean, anybody could have said anything. They could have said, anything happened inappropriately, and now he has recording to prove that it didn't, right? However, he opened up the door for accusations. You see what I'm saying? All it takes is one of these little kids to say that he inappropriately did or said anything to them. And guess who's going to believe it? The world, including myself. Because you have opened up the door for this. It's not unheard of that students and teachers have inappropriate relationships. This right here is very inappropriate. There's a time, there's a place, there's a setting for this. This ain't it. Then he said that he pulled some of these students out of class, regardless of what they had going on. Good behavior, had all their work done, yada yada, this, that, and the third. He's trying to justify the BS. This still shows lack of responsibility on your behalf, bro. What are you talking about? You allowed these kids to do this. These kids still need to be in class. They shouldn't be brought out of class to undo your hair. So what did you add? You told the teachers, hey, is it okay if such and such come to my class and undo my hair if she's done with all of her work and if she has good behavior, as if it's a treat? Bro, you sound so ridiculous. And anybody that agrees with this man here is ridiculous. You are the problem with these kiddos of today. This is not how you gain respect from kids. Yeah, I can get down on your level, but I'm not about to stoop to inappropriate behavior just to gain your respect, trust, and all this other stuff. And he may be a good teacher. The students may love him. That does not negate the fact that he still withstand judgment. I mean, like, nobody is safe from judgment. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, you're right. Inappropriate is inappropriate. Bro, like, come on now. What are you saying? And you really going to bat for this because you really want these girls to continue to do what they do. So this is going to be a thing now. They're going to be looking forward to doing and undoing your goddamn hair. Boy, get out of here, man. Come on now. And again, I don't care about it being sexualized. People talking about y'all over-sexualize everything. Y'all over-sexualize everything. Yes, because the world over-sexualizes everything. What are y'all saying? Y'all stupid as hell. The people who sitting here talking about y'all over-sexualizing everything, just look around. Look on your phone. Look on the TV. Look on the commercials. Look on some of these television shows for the kids. They are over-sexualizing everything. So us as parents, us as people with good sense, we're trying to protect kids. Yeah, you know they coming for the kids in the LGBTQ community. They have an agenda. They're attacking these kids. Y'all wild. Y'all wild as hell. Y'all logic just ain't logicking. A lot of y'all logic just ain't logicking, man. Y'all so goddamn goofy as hell, and I'm gonna tell it like it is. It's inappropriate, and at the end, it's inappropriate. End of story, point blank, period. You come to school with your hair done, you come to school with your clothes on, you come to school ready to be educated, and you follow the rules. We don't do none of this. When I came up, this shit would have been shunned upon. And I'm gonna shun upon it now, and I'm putting it in the atmosphere. If I, as a father, seen any of my daughters playing in a grown man's head without my permission or without them paying my child for their services, again, without my permission, we're gonna have a problem. You're gonna be smelling Sheldon cologne. Yes, sir, like Pimp C said, Issey Miyake or Chanel No. 9, goddammit. Anyway, man, listen, and I know it's gonna be some comments about whatever going against what I believe and trying to attack me for my thoughts. If you see anything that's appropriate about this, I have no faith for humanity. End of story. I appreciate y'all. Listen, if y'all vibed all the way up until this point, I really do appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, I'm SheldonVybez. I'm gonna need y'all to be cool like the other side of the pillow. Stay light on your toes like you're supposed. Oh yeah, and
if you ain't fucking with my nigga Sheldon, nigga, fuck you. Yeah.
Oh God.